Hey, how's it going, guys? It is Foxy98 here. Welcome back to a brand new episode of our F1 2021 Road to Mercedes. We are here for the US Grand Prix, and we're pretty much now just, well, carrying on with the rest of the season, really, because we have achieved all of the goals that we needed to earn ourselves an Aston Martin drive. So, yeah, we're kind of in the boxy for this rest of the season, really. If you're not enjoying today's video, though, feel free to drop the video a like and subscribe if you're new around here as well. Having a look, though, we have got Tom, George, some important information for you two. We look like we're going to have a regulation change coming in next year, which will affect multiple departments. We don't know as of yet which one it's going to be. Something to look out for, because even though I'm moving to Aston Martin, I don't want to screw over Williams and, all the development that we've done, just throw it in the bin. I'm going to help them out. So we'll obviously make upgrades in this episode. As soon as we get the regulation change in, we'll keep all of our R&D points for the rest of the season, and then we'll just splash them at the end of the season to protect every bit that we can. We'll protect them and then upgrade as we go along. That's how we're going to do things. But first things first, we are going to change our power units. We've got so many power units now. It's actually quite funny, but we're going to change now to pretty much get our old components on. And as I'm playing this right now, actually, they have just updated it so that the components are not going to wear as much during quick practice, which is genuinely incredible, because they wore like fucking 50% or something ridiculous like that during the time, and it was just hard to just get anything done. But luckily now we can actually get stuff done, and that's the most important thing. Got 7 and a bit minutes left. Can we get an ERS management in? Of course we can. Nice job for FP1. I'll catch you guys for qualifying, and we'll see if we have as bad a race as we did in Japan. That's actually a very impressive first lap. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I'd be in a load of balls when I started this qualifying session, but there's a lot of time to find as well, and I mean a lot. There's a good half a second on the table just from 3 corners I messed up. Okay, we could be in for a fun race weekend then. I thought it'd be a bunch of just a pile of pain, really. I don't know where that lap put me, actually. It was one of those laps where it was like, I found time, but then I also lost time as well. But luckily I found more time than I lost. We'll have a look, though, if we got through into Q2 with that lap time. Let's just have a quick little peek here. Lewis Hamilton going quickest in Q1. What a surprise. Scrolling all the way down. We did get through into Q2 then by 0.2 of a second over Antonio Giovinazzi and Kimi Raikkonen there. So lovely stuff. We get ourselves out of Q1 and into Q2. Unfortunately, there is 0.3 of a second to find between ourselves and Gasly. I think P15 is the best we're going to ask for. But of course, we're going to give it our best shot and try and get as high up the grid as we can. No chance getting into Q3. We don't have the pace for that. Right, there we go then. First lap done in the bag. 9/10 off the sights. It's a used set of tyres that we've got on, so kind of understandable, really. Best as I possibly could have done then. I don't know where the lap's going to put us there, but I didn't have a good first or middle sector, but I really managed to up the ante in the final sector and put in the best lap I possibly could. And, oh wow, fair play to myself. Thing is I lost a couple of hundredths off the last corner. I don't know if it would have been enough to get through into Q3, but we actually genuinely could have got into Q3. That's a bit annoying, actually, but Sergio Perez is out in Q2. That's probably one main reason why we managed to be so high up, but still, we improved by a massive amount compared from Q1 into Q2. I'm really happy with that. Feel good with the car around the circuit. P11, we got free choice of tyres.
Welcome once again then to the United States Grand Prix here in the magnificent city of Austin. It was here in 2018 that Kimi Raikkonen delighted the world by winning for the first time in 114 races. There's always a record to be broken, so what I wonder is in store for us today. We're racing today then in Travis County, Texas, where 20 corners and speeds of up to 200 miles an hour await us on this magnificent racetrack. It's 60% full throttle with plenty of good opportunities to pass, especially through the 2 DRS zones into turn 1 and at the end of the long back straight into turn 12. What a race we have in store today. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are 3 main things to worry about there, Crofty. Positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Norris, Charles Leclerc and Verstappen, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Stroll and Thomas, Ocon, Gasly, Yuki Tsunoda and Perez, Giovinazzi, Raikkonen, Sebastian Vettel and George Russell, Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
So, we have been benefited. Who the fuck is squealing their brakes? Oh, it's a delivery truck. Not for us, though. We've actually been promoted to P10, thanks to a penalty for someone else. I think it was Vettel that took a penalty there. Let me just go and double check and see if it was Vettel. Let me go and check. Yeah, it was. Vettel there, taking a penalty. So we actually get promoted a spot, which is brilliant. So we're now in the top 10 for this race. So let's see what we can do then. 5 lights. It's a good start, actually. It's a very nice start. Gasly's got an absolute stormer.
To manage this, we'll need
Gasly's
to lower
just...
our
Oh!
ERS deployment mode.
My god. Gasly has actually just killed everyone. Holy crap. Oh, I was about to say that Ricciardo's dived into the pits, but I didn't catch the okay. Basically, Gasly's attack has murdered everyone, basically. And I think it's hurt Bottas, because he's running quite slowly at the moment. But we've just got on the inside of Verstappen for 3rd. I don't know what's happening in this race right now. Gasly has literally just... I think he might have actually, thinking about it, maybe he caused underfloor damage to... some floor damage to the Mercedes? It's still quicker than me through this portion of the lap, though. That was really messy. Jesus Christ. Lionel, anyone? Oh, Sainz is going for Max. Yeah, Bottas definitely has floor damage. 100%. We're not as quick as him in the first sector.
Nice move.
Okay, thanks, Jeff. We're not as quick as him in the first sector, but we're quicker in every other portion of the lap, so... he's definitely got damage. Which is great for me. It's another position gained. I'll even defend off Sainz now. Yeah, you can see he's got damage, 100%. Right, let's just try and build a gap now whilst he's still holding off the Ferrari.
Use it when...
Jeff, what? What's damaged on my car? The MFD just came up. What? Something's damaged, is it?
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
Wait, what got damaged?
No issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
I'm really confused. I've just asked about the vehicle condition and he says everything's fine. Normally when the MFD comes up like that, it means that there's a fault. Which is what I was predicting. Very confusing. Meanwhile, Bottas is still holding off the Ferrari behind, which is beautiful, because he's quicker than me in the first sector still, by a country mile. But you can see the queue that he's forming. And it's just allowing me to just stay in front of them, because I reckon that they'll start picking me off one by one. looks great. Right, in we come then. Going to be pitting for the one and only time. Sainz stays out actually, which is interesting. I thought Sainz would box and Leclerc would stay out, but nonetheless, they were coming in for the mediums. These soft tyres felt like shit, honestly. They're only on 28%, but they just felt really bad, although the car just doesn't feel right. I don't know.
Release.
Whether it's just on high fuel or something, that the car's just not feeling perfect, but yeah, we're nowhere near the pace for these of our rivals. We're just lucky that Gasly's turned into Danny Kvyat and torpedoed everyone into the first corner. Back on with it though. Ricciardo now in front of everyone. And Verstappen. Let's see how they get on.
9 seconds.
Oh, here comes Sainz. This is close. I'll pinch him to the inside. Swoop around the outside. He nearly overcut me. Jesus, that was close. Now we get into the stage of just ultra defensive mode. This is not going to be easy to defend this position. This is not going to be easy as well, apparently, for me to stay on circuit, but you know, we move.
There's been an incident on track resulting in loose debris.
Oh, this is going to be like
Fortunately, the marshals
taking
have
candy
managed
from
to
a
clear it
baby,
in time,
this.
and there are no plans for a safety
Sainz.
car right now.
Doesn't mean I'm going to fight you, Sainz. I'm in a Williams. I've got nothing to lose. Okay, he's just hit the side of my car there. Wonder if that done any damage to him. Soon see. But it's going to get to a stage now where I'm just going to run out of ERS to defend here. I can already sense this happening. Sainz launches it up the inside. Oh wow, he's just mugged me off completely. Okay, I thought I had a bit more than that. Never mind. Right, let's see if we can get Sainz back then. By the looks of it, we should have the straight line speed to do it. Yes, here we go. Closing in on the boy. Comfy. Job done. Have to do more to take that position off of me. Also, Ricciardo had an issue. I don't know what happened. It was just a yellow flag and he's just dropped down, so that's one man off our back, I suppose. Now it's how much pace does Verstappen have as well, because he's going to be the next man in the mix. Sainz, you are a madman. Oh, I think I've made contact with him. I have.
Okay, careful.
Is that like my fault? Oh, something's just come out as well. VS0 safety car. Did I do anything wrong here? So I hit this curb here because I messed up. So then through here now. I need a different POV. I need this one really. Now come through here. Can't really say that. You can't really say that's my fault there. The line's tight, but it's not as if I'm trying to turn in. At that point there's so much more room. If you're in Sainz's position, that's sort of half-hearted really. You're just sort of going for it in a position you kind of shouldn't really. Yeah, it's just a racing incident. I'm not going to put myself in the blame for that. It's a VSC though that's just come out. Which is kind of nice actually, because it stops me from now getting attacked in the DRS zone. God, my tactics are insane. No, I didn't. I had no intention of taking out Sainz, so obviously I wouldn't try to do that. Unless I was doing a challenge. What is it with the AIs and trying to go for super desperate lunges? Be patient. My MFD's just popped up again. I'm taking floor damage. Yeah, I have to be. Every time I'm going over these curves, I'm just getting the MFD pop up. No wonder I feel understeer in places. I'm just getting permanent floor damage.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Uh-oh. No, Max. No. Halt it. Ah, this is bad. They're just too close here. I'll go as defensive as I can. No, I won't give this up. I've got to cover Tsunoda. I can hold this. I can just do this. Yes! Perfect. Now you two can fight each other. You do that. No, they're not fighting each other. Never mind. Helmut Marko gave the order. Hamilton wins the US Grand Prix. I'm not bothered about him. I'm bothered about that I can get another second place here through absolute carnage and chaos. Bit of lifting. Last 2 corners. Again, more probably floor damage, even though it doesn't show anything. Let's go. It's going to be another P2. Get in there, cross the line for second place here at the US Grand Prix.
All your hard work.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
Right, well here we are then for the final race results after that hectic race in which Gasly torpedoed everyone and Ricciardo had an issue, there was contact with Sainz, a lot happened, we'll break it down. Hamilton wins the Grand Prix ahead of ourselves, his fastest lap was 2.4 seconds, something like that, quicker than ours basically, it was rapid. Verstappen in 3rd, Tsunoda in 4th, Stroll 5th ahead of Leclerc, Alonso, Ocon, Perez, Bottas. Russell getting a good finishing position there now. Of course, our P2 is very, very fortunate as it's quite clear. You can have a look at our fastest lap of 1:33.1. Everyone else in the mid-32s up till Kimi Raikkonen. We pretty much should have been outside of the top 10, but obviously we had a very good start. Gasly smashing into everybody, and then of course we managed to overtake Bottas because he had damage. That obviously allowed us to then basically use those time to stay in front of him, but even with the damage he was still quicker than us. Sainz eventually got past obviously when we pitted, and then yeah, we just fended off till the end pretty much. Then looking at the Drivers' Championship, Hamilton has 64 points clear of Valtteri Bottas ahead of Norris, Ricciardo, Verstappen, Leclerc. We move up to 7th in the championship ahead of Perez on 100 points. Perez has had a shit season, hasn't he? Yeah, Vettel then in 9th with Sainz then as Stroll gets in front of Gasly in the Constructors' Championship. We move up to 104 points. AlphaTauri are on 64 points. We now have a 40-point lead over AlphaTauri, and yeah, we're actually only 32 points behind Aston Martin. Not to get ahead of ourselves because I don't know what the circuit's going to be like for the player, but if they're strong and we're competitive, we'll give them a run for their money. But for now though, we're going to go into the laptop. Right, we are here then on the laptop now, ready for the next race, and we're just going to cut straight to the chase. I still need more downforce, and we're going to go ahead and get a front wing end plate on the car, which we could rush, but it would still not come in time for the Brazilian Grand Prix. We'll save it for the Australian Grand Prix, so we'll put that one onto the car, and then for the next episode, we'll work on getting the halo onto it, because then that should both arrive for the Australian Grand Prix, and then we can use that as like our final upgrades for the season. But that is going to be it then. We're going to skip forward though, because we've got ERS cooling and also hydraulics. Whether they both come onto the car, they actually do.
We'll
there
have
we
the
go.
new parts come through the fabrication process.
Oh, cheers, babes.
We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Oh, thanks, babes. Literally, just lick my face. Let's go and quickly have a look at those. So here is the ERS cooling. So we've got some extra ERS boost, which is kind of crucial, really. We've been needing that. And then the hydraulics here for the, I think this is weight reduction, if I'm correct. Is it for the weight reduction? It's weight redistribution. My apologies. Wrong thing. So yeah, there we go then. That is it for this episode. And I will now catch you for the next one at the Mexican Grand Prix. Take care all. Peace.